I totally didn't just come back from sprinting to my fridge to get a Coca-Cola. Welcome, everyone. Let me switch over to a professional podcast. Hold on. Ayo! Oh, what? No. Ayo! Professional streamer Flamethrower Monkey here with another podcast. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. Burn Burrito and Chaos Zero.
Hello. How's it going?
Everything's good over here, my dude. How have you guys been? How's your week been? How's your month been?
Pretty good. Chilling, vibing, as always. Good vibes.
Good vibes, awesome, my dude. Have y'all been playing or watching anything? Have y'all been on a show, anything like that? Anything you want to bring up right off the top? If not, I already got a conversation starter. We were talking about it a little bit just before we started the podcast.
No, not really.
Just chilling, work.
Just chilling, working. Day off today, Memorial Day.
Nice.
Sorry guys, just joined in.
Absolutely, bro. Memorial Day. That time where we memorialize things that nobody really knows what it's about. We just enjoy the fact that isn't it like the president's birthdays or something? We get it.
No, it's like the all the
veterans
that died.
Excuse to get drunk and party.
It really is. And the thing is, I don't care if anyone gets mad at me
Saturday.
for doing that dumb joke, but it's like, be honest, half of you don't know what the heck Memorial Day is about. Like,
have to keep making holidays.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my dude, absolutely. Like freaking, like last week was International Dance Day.
International Dance Day?
Yeah, all the school. I had to go to a bunch of schools and watch the kids dance. Like, you know, and for some reason, one school, like, even though they did like the world, you know, like they kept using like Spanish songs about the world. So like when they got to Africa, they just did the Shakira song, which is in Spanish. I was just like, I mean, I get it. It's cool. I liked it.
What was that one? The Waka song or something?
Yeah, Waka Waka, eh. That one's dope. I love that one. Freaking Shakira is amazing.
2010.
Absolutely. Oh, freaking Shakira, man. Now you got me thinking. Absolute crush on Shakira. No lie. Shakira, what's up? Hit me up.
Just give me a sec. She's gonna join stream.
She's gonna join?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, yes, definitely. I'm definitely popular enough to get someone like Shakira on the podcast. No, that being said, I'm freaking super happy. Okay, before we even get into any real podcast talk, like I just have to say this, bro. Like, thank you all. Thank you to I'm looking up my numbers right now. Like, thank you so much to everyone, dude. Everyone who subscribed to me, everyone who watches. I am currently sitting real pretty at 182 subscribers. That's 18% of my goal. We're at what? This is May. We're about to finish May. We're about to go into June. That's 18% of my goal. My goal was to try to get to 1,000 subs by the end of 2024. So please subscribe if you want to help me out. But on top of that, like, I'm just super happy with the progress that I've made so far. It's more than I genuinely, even though I've set, you know, that 1,000 goal for myself, it's genuinely more than I thought I would be at this point in time. And so I'm like, thank you all so much. And of course on Twitch, I'm at 28 followers, which again, that happened so incredibly quickly, so fast. I thank you all so much to everyone. Like, even if you're not subbed, even if you're not following, just thank you so much for even watching or taking the time to watch the content, you know, for however long you end up watching it. Even if, you know, so thank you so much to everyone. I can't repeat that enough. But yeah, my dudes, please sub and follow. But more than that, let's get into the actual.
Your debut on the Anime Expo anytime soon, huh?
Yeah, my debut. I'm already planning my debut for Anime Expo, bro. I'm gonna be all over the place. Which, P.S. If I make any Anime Expo content, it's probably not gonna be me. I'm gonna hide in the background of every single video. It's gonna be Degenerate Weeb and probably Chaos and maybe Burn Burrito, depending on the situation at hand. You know, whatever ends up happening. We're trying to make it work this year. We're trying to make it work. There's been a bit of a we never know. We plan on going to the zoo to look at the monkeys and nothing else because all the other animals are boring there. Obviously, we want to see the monkeys. But
Wait, I'm seeing a monkey right now.
yeah, you're looking at it right now. You on the stream? You watching? But yeah, no. So well, hopefully we can do some really cool stuff. But it's not gonna be me. I'm gonna be hiding in the background. I'll be the tiny little 6-inch pixel monkey like hiding. It'll be a fun game. You have to pause each frame and look for me. But it'll be Degenerate Weeb. It'll be Degenerate Weeb. It'll probably be on his channel. Yeah, I'll be the Where's Waldo, Where's Monkey of the stream. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Anime Expo. I think it's gonna be dope. I can't wait to see. Last year, so much VTuber stuff happened, and I'm just so excited to see so much more of that, dude. We got to see K-Sun live, her reveal, which was amazing. Oh my goodness, so cool. She cosplayed her as herself too, which was dope. We got to see. Yeah, we unfortunately okay, my all-time, if I had to genuinely sit down here and be like, okay, this is a VTuber that I just found and enjoy her content and just full 100% was like committed to it. Like, I used to listen to Demon Dice before, just by chance, found her on Spotify, and then of course turns out that she's Calliope Mori. For those who don't know, and I've not confirmed. These are rumors. These are totally rumors.
Confirmed.
Oh, okay. And like I just freaking love Calliope Mori so much. Oh, I love her content so much. Her and Shy Lily are probably the two VTubers that I genuinely just found by random chance and instantly fell in love. Sora as well. Subaru. Forget Sora, but Subaru as well. Of course, I knew about the duck dance meme long before I ever saw her actual content, but I just love her whole personality, everything about it. She's so cute. I remember when she got mad about the whole I am duck. It was freaking hilarious, her rant, because the meme escaped her. Nobody even knew it was her meme to begin with. It just got stolen by the internet, and everyone else did the duck dance. But yeah, so I unfortunately did not get. I'm so sad. I didn't get the chance to go to the concert last year. So I want to try. Dude, I am as broke as can be right now. I'm the brokest man in the universe. So of course I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, regardless, buy a ticket to whatever concerts might be happening. But just the ability to be able to go this year is gonna be enough for me. I'm gonna be happy with that. I want to drink some bevies. I want to eat some sushi and other great foods that I normally can't get around here. No place around me sells good takoyaki. I have to go 2 cities away. I don't want to spoil where I live and all that stuff. But I have to go 2 cities down to get good takoyaki.
Takoyaki?
It's like these little fried dough balls of good yummy goodness with octopus in the middle, and it has the fish flakes. We got that at that ramen place, Koryu Ramen. Remember that? We got the little balls, little octopus balls.
Yeah.
Remember I put one of those balls in your mouth? Remember? You remember.
Spicy. It was kind of spicy and warm. I liked it.
A little bit. It tasted kind of like garlic. I'm joking, no.
Yeah,
that's spicy mayo.
The spicy mayo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, so it's dude, I love where I live. I love all my neighbors. It's super secure. We got a neighborhood watch. We got the whole deal. We got every neighbor has doggos, security doggos. I'm not even joking. But at the same time, dude, there's just no good. There's not a whole. I have great places near my house to eat. No worries. But just there's no good Chinese food, Thai food, freaking no pho. No, it's difficult. There is one Chinese restaurant nearby, but they don't have the real hard Chinese stuff. But yeah, no, 100%. That's 90% of the reason why I go to Anime Expos to eat. But yeah, my dudes, good gracious, I had a whole other topic to talk about, but no, in general, any particular animes, Chaos, that you're excited to see? I know you are hardcore when it comes to being on top of every single anime that comes out.
The booths.
The booths?
Star Rail booth is gonna be there. Earth Knights.
Star Rail's gonna be there, which I'm excited for. I'm super
Hopefully we don't
excited.
Trash tasting this year.
Oh yeah, I hope Himiko's there. Dude, if there's a Himiko statue. Ooh, mistress. Ooh, mistress. Or Pom Pom. I hope there's a giant Pom Pom.
Pom-pom?
Pom Pom. He's the conductor of the train.
Oh, that dude.
Yes.
Okay.
Pom Pom. You were gonna say, what were you gonna say, Chaos? You said it's
I
all
was
about the
trying to
what?
remember Who it is?
Herda. He's a Herda. He's a Herda fanboy. He's into the puppet.
No, I just like the meme.
The memes,
You know the meme I sent you on Discord?
Yep.
Thing?
I
they embraced
love
the
it.
meme. They embraced it.
They embraced
So
it.
if you
Let me
get
see.
Herda and do her idle animation, it will randomly show a picture. And
Oh, they added it?
in the thing. Yep.
I have to try that next time I stream it. I'm probably
It's
gonna
like
be
a
streaming
1
on
in 100.
Wednesday.
It's a 1 in 100. So
I'll get it. I'll dedicate an entire stream to getting it. I don't care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be farming for the Herda animation, idle animation, this Wednesday. Please join us, Twitch and YouTube, and hopefully soon TikTok, because TikTok is also now easily linkable with Streamlabs OBS. So I'll probably be doing TikTok soon as well. And that'll be for everything, the podcast and all that stuff. Also, I haven't been scheduling the podcast either, because we're kind of, our schedules are a little bit conflicting, but more than likely we're going to be starting the podcast from now on at 5, regardless, just in general, I think. Because I think that's just going to be the most convenient thing for everyone involved.
For
now. And that's the thing. And one last thing I want to go into about the channel before we move on to actual news, actually like gaming and anime and movie news. Right now, I'm at the point, like, so I am currently at the point where I am only working a very small part-time job. It's like, I've already mentioned this before. I've said it before. I'm not trying to freaking whatever clout bait here, but so it's just helping out with like special needs kids. It's not a full-time job or anything like that. I only get like 6 hours a week, so it's very, very minimal. Like I get paid very, very little, but it's just barely enough to get by, to buy food, stuff like that, you know. So I'm trying to get myself a nice established part-time job. When I started the whole YouTube thing, I definitely saw the opportunity when previous employer pretty much sold shop, and I said, you know what, I got a good resume, like I think I can manage to like take a little bit of time off and sort of work this out, get this VTuber thing going, and then get back into it. And it's about that time. I've got my editing schedule, my streaming schedule. Like, I can start to see how it works, how I'm doing it, how the system kind of interacts with me. So now I'm hard going into trying to get not a full-time job, but a part-time job that's incredibly, like, which is like, I know this is like counter to what it is, but a part-time job that is stable, that you know, it's a fixed schedule if possible. Because once I do that, dude, the sky's the limit. I can go just stream every single day, 7 days a week, like. You know, like, whatever it's gonna be bare minimum 4 hours. That is what I'm hoping for. Like, stream every single day, bare minimum 4 hours. Of course, here and there, since it's gonna be 7 days a week, anyways. Here and there, I might, you know, freaking, you know, if a nice female is like, ooh, take me out on Friday, you know, I might have to cancel the stream on y'all. But you know, but in general, like, no matter what happens,
you do that for me when I tell you.
Cause it's you,
Right.
cause it's you. You don't give me kisses. You don't kiss me just right.
Man, I guess
you promise kisses. You promise kisses, but you never deliver.
Work extra for it.
Yeah. You have to turn up to me, okay? You have to wine and dine me. It's not. No, it's not.
It's the other way around.
No.
It's 2023.
No.
Yep.
I need to be the one in this situation.
It's the other way around.
How dare? Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I am incredibly excited for the future of the channel, the future of everything. It's freaking dope. I love it. I have so much fun streaming, so much fun creating content and videos. I admittedly, because this whole last week has been just hectic for me with the scheduling, with going to schools and right now it's like towards the end of the school year, so a bunch of freaking like parent conferences and stuff. So I've been like pretty low energy, but now I'm like getting back into it. I'm just having fun. High energy, more yelling and screaming, all that stuff. So please join us. Why don't you?
Join the chaos.
Join the chaos. There will be 0% of it. All right. Let's move on. Thank you all again. Just last time, thank you all so much for all the support you've given me. Thank you all so much for we got a couple people on the Discord server, the Flamethrower Mikey Discord server. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna make sure Master Sam was on my case, bro. He's like, yo, why aren't you posting on the Discord server? I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, I got it. I'll let you know when things are happening. And so, no, 100%, I will make sure that you guys are much more well updated and all that. I will make sure I schedule what games I will be playing in the future so that I don't run into another situation like last Saturday where a certain someone recommended me a broken as all heck game. It didn't work.
What are you talking about? It's the best game ever.
The Quantum Break was so broken. It was such a tough. Oh, goodness, I can't even.
The title says it all. What's the name of the game?
10 out of 10 IGN. That's what the title
name. What's the name of the game?
Broken Game. You're right. The name of the game is Broken Game.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, it broke my will to live, is what it did. So there you have it. Freaking dude, Quantum Break.
Fixed it, though.
They eventually, yeah. The game just came out. If you totally just. Yeah, hopefully that first patch, that first update will fix it, Eventually. Not worth it. I don't. It wasn't worth the metadata that it left on my hard drive. That's how bad the game is. It wasn't worth the metadata it left on my hard drive. Broken in every way. I didn't understand the story. None of it made sense. And maybe it's because I didn't watch the live action episodes or whatever, but it's like, bro, if I have to go watch a TV show that you no longer have on any services just to understand your base game, like, you messed up somewhere along the way, bro. I didn't even know that that one dude like helped you break out. I didn't know he slipped you the key.
You didn't watch it?
No, they didn't work. The videos didn't work.
What do you mean they didn't work?
It didn't work. Watch the stream. Somebody doesn't watch my streams, by the way. Obviously.
They work as intended.
No, it did not work as intended. Because it quite literally said we cannot connect to any services to play the video. Would you like to skip? And it's like, yeah, I want to play the game. I want to play the rest of your stinking game. Every single enemy took an entire one, if not two. Full clips of ammunition to take down. These are not superheroes. These are not people with powers. These are normal, everyday, just employees of a security firm.
They're
some of which had just jackets on. Just straight up jackets. They're not even the police. They're just some freaking company. They just had straight jackets. Just jackets. No, juggernaut armor. Yeah, it's a piece of cloth that bullets can go through easily. That's what a straitjacket is. But these guys were just absorbing. Dude, what's that game we were freaking thinking about getting? The Division? The Division is less bullet spongy. The Division is less bullet spongy and garbage. It was on sale, right? You should have got it.
I know, I never got it.
I'll be honest with you, though. We haven't even finished the campaign, let alone get into the multiplayer. So I don't even know how viable it would be to even get it right now.
Well, I mean, it was $5. What, $4 or $5? Even if it was it still would have been a game that we can pick up later at any time.
Bro, give me $5 and I'll let you play it on my computer. Are you kidding me?
Well, then I won't keep it though.
Freaking.
Yeah, that's true. He got you there.
Yeah.
$4 inconvenience fee.
What
deal? It's only $4.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you for only $4.
No.
$3.
No.
$2.50 final offer.
250 and a Rebel.
Oh, you're busting my balls here. You're busting my balls here, burrito.
We're on the line.
You're really busting my
Watermelon
balls.
flavor.
Right here.
Watermelon flavor.
Watermelon flavor.
That's like an extra 75 cents.
Take it or leave it.
Bro, the Red Bull costs like $3.75. I think I'd be losing money there. Deal. I'm joking. Just to get you in here. All right, my dudes. Well, tell you what. Right off the bat, before we started the stream, we were talking about the whole situation with Disney right now, with everyone's favorite Disney, and all the crazy stuff that they're doing. Let me get into some of the superhero. Well, we'll talk about the superhero stuff later. So there's this big, and I found this out apparently. So there was like a big uproar because I guess Disney's playing the hard, like, we are inclusive to all races card. You know, they're playing, they you know, they love doing that. They love doing we're inclusive about everyone except, you know, unless it goes against the Chinese government, in which case suddenly our values are different, you know? But no, I gotta say this. I'm gonna megaphone this because a lot of people were judging them because they were showing Halle Berry. Is it Halle Berry or Haley Berry?
Haley Berry? No.
Right?
Hold on. I got you.
Please double check me on that. But point is that in China, Disney decided that it would be a genius move. Halle Bailey. Okay. Halle Bailey. Not Berry. Okay.
Not
Berry. Halle Bailey. Got it. So obviously they were playing it up, like the whole, like, yes, people of color in movies. Whatever
Melissa McCarthy's on this?
What's up?
Melissa McCarthy's on this?
Yeah, she's Ursula.
I didn't know that. Huh.
And they also made a big uproar about the fact that she's inspired by another objectified thing, more victims, the drag queens. Ursula this time around is a drag queen. They took inspiration from drag queens and Ursula's thing, which is like, okay, but if you actually stuck true to what you were saying, you would have just hired a drag queen. You know, but Melissa McCarthy, I heard, did amazing, phenomenal in the role. I heard that she was actually really good. Which, I'll be honest with you, the Poor Unfortunate Souls is one of my favorite all-time Disney songs. So I'm gonna listen to the reviews, and I don't know if I'll decide whether I watch the movie or not, depending on if that one song in particular is good, if she does a good rendition of it. However, the biggest thing that I've been hearing lately is that even though they're playing the whole, like, we're inclusive card, in China, there's they used mostly the IMAX poster. So there's an IMAX poster where, just so ever so conveniently, Halle Bailey's skin tone looks suspiciously blue instead of any other color. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not defending Disney here. They did one of the most brutal things. So here's the thing: do you guys know who John Boyega is? The dude who played Finn in Star Wars. The guy who had like who turned traitor, the traitor. Yeah. So that's John Boyega. He's an absolute, like, just, I love him. I love him so much. He's such an amazing dude. In interviews, he's such a chill bro. I just love him. I love the guy. John Boyega's amazing, and I don't care what anyone says. I enjoyed John Boyega's entire performance in that movie. And I kind of felt that whole Rose situation. I don't care, but they shrunk him. Almost made him disappear from the Star Wars poster in China. All the white actors, 100% were exactly the same. But specifically, John Boyega, the colored actor, was shrunken down in the posters and almost put in the background. Because, as you might guess, China the rest of the world outside of the United States of America and the UK, Europe, like the most of those places aren't exactly on the same inclusivity, standards that we hold
They
here.
have no issues with LeBron.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying anything. I have no real opinion there. I'm just saying Disney did this.
Disney issue.
Disney decided that it would be best for their advertisement to reduce the skin tone color on the poster. I am not an intelligent monkey. I will not say whether this or that. I'm not worldly. I've never visited China. I don't know people from China specifically that could confirm or deny it. I'm just saying that's what they did. They reduced the image of John Boyega. It was very noticeable. Here's the thing, you guys. I need to send you guys an image of this. I don't know how else to. It is so incredibly obvious that what they did. Is there a way for me to send you guys?
Should be through Discord, right?
Yeah, but I have this thing popped out.
I mean, you can share the screen regardless. It's already up.
Well, yeah, of course I am sharing the screen. Wait, am I? But the screen is me. Freaking A, we should. Chaos, you should have planned for this, Chaos. You're the tech guy.
I'm the invited.
Look it up. Look, just you guys Google. Shut up and Google it. Shut up and don't reverse card me. Google it.
Didn't even offer us a drink.
No, I just connected my headphones.
No, he even came late to his own podcast.
Yeah, he even came late to his own podcast.
No, I did. Wait, what did you say? I had my headphones were disconnected, and I heard he came late to his own podcast. Shut up. No, I didn't. The podcast starts when I arrive. As soon as I say Ayo, and plus, Degenerate Weeb is totally gonna edit this so that I was here on time.
The podcast start when you say ew.
Ayo. All right. Just Google it. Google the poster for Star Wars where they reduced John Boyega. Anyway, point is, everyone, and understandably so, they definitely deserve to be judged for this. They used only really the IMAX poster for Little Mermaid. So it's not that they exclusively made a poster for China where the skin tone is not visible. It's very specifically. It's an IMAX poster. It's here in the United States as well. But, of course, very rare to find the other poster. They pretty much almost only use the IMAX poster. So people are judging them because, yeah, again, they like to show off how inclusive they are up until they get to China. So I don't know why. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying it's very distinct. And once you see the Star Wars poster, you'll agree with me that it's way too suspicious. It's way too suspicious. So I when I look at the Little Mermaid situation, I'm like, oh, come on. I can see you're trying to hide it better now, but it's still pretty obvious. What else am I supposed to think? I don't know. And so I haven't heard the best of that about that movie in general. I don't know. Did you guys ever see Captain Marvel as well? The original one, the first one, Captain Marvel? No, all right.
The first one? Yeah.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you excited to see the second one based on what you saw in the first one? I can answer it first if you need a moment, but in all honesty,
not really, no. But not because it's Captain Marvel, just because, like I mentioned on our previous podcast, after Endgame, nothing really has caught me. Marvel hasn't really caught my attention with anything else.
Understandable.
Only thing that I've watched recently was Guardians of the Galaxy, and that was just because it's gonna make us sad. Let's go watch it. But outside of that, no other Marvel movie has really I'm gonna go watch it.
Oh yeah, and I don't even think I ever commented on that, dude. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I know some people were super talking a lot of people didn't like it. I can see where people might have been like a little bit how you say. I can see why some people had issues with it, but I genuinely enjoyed it. It hits hard, and I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 1 afterwards, and boy howdy, dude, some of that stuff that Rocket says really gets put into context.
Really
gets even sadder. There's one point where Rocket Raccoon is shouting, like literally holding a cannon towards Drax, and he's about to blast him because he's incredibly drunk. And then Peter Quill has to like stop the fight. Gamora has to get in there as well and hold Drax back.
Yeah,
and,
he called. What did he say?
He says he called me vermin, and she called me rodent. And he's just like, I didn't ask to be torn apart and put back together over and over and over again. I'm like, yo, that's so brutal. And the worst part is that like if you like in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? Peter's like, why didn't Rocket ever tell us about this? It's like, he did, bro. Y'all just didn't listen. Like, dude. That is such a trip. But yeah, my dude, I enjoyed it. It's freaking awesome. I love that they made Groot ginormous, a huge dude. For those who don't know, this is some deep Groot lore. Don't ask me why I know so much about Groot. Some deep Groot lore. Groot, the way that he grows is that he feeds off of the energy of the people around him. The more powerful people around him are, the faster he will grow. Of course, the fact that Peter Quill and his sister Mantis are both half god, you know, because their father is Ego. The living planet, means that now that there's two of them there, Groot had like a ginormous growth spurt. Aside from the fact that, Gamora is effectively a time traveler, I guess. But on top of that, and this is, I don't know if they actually thought about this or if it was just a complete happenstance. But this is not a big spoiler. At the very, very, very end, after credit scene, we actually get to see a just humongous like kaiju version of freaking Groot. Just this big, like, you remember that? You remember that after credit scene?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's huge, bro. Went from being big to being huge.
Well, he's supposed to be that alternate. I don't want to say it, but he's supposed to be that other version of Groot.
Which one?
I think King Groot.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I think that's what they call him.
I honestly just assumed that it was him being and again, it comes back to the whole like power level of people. Now he's been in close proximity to Adam Warlock.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Spoiler alert! Close your ears. I'm gonna blink my eyes a bunch once we're back. All right, close your ears.
If what you're saying is true, it makes sense. That's what
I'm saying. Now that Adam Warlock is a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, I haven't blinked yet. Y'all better not be listening. I warned you. You're past the point of no return. Yeah, so I assume that's what it is. Adam Warlock being in the Guardians of the Galaxy, he's now in the area of the quote unquote perfect being that was supposed to be generated, and so his power level just shot up as well. So that's kind of what I assumed. But okay, spoiler section over. I'm not gonna spoil no more. Blink, 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 blinkety, blink, blink. All right, cool. See that? That's how a professional podcaster does it. Oh, good gracious! All right, but yeah, no, my dude, I genuinely had a good time with that movie. Super, I like it. The fact that I still think about it afterwards is it should be all the evidence we need about how good that was. More of that, Disney. More of that, Disney.
More. Back to your question, yeah, like I said, I'm not interested. But just because Marvel hasn't really caught my attention with any movies right now to go see anything.
Here's the sad part, bro, and I don't want to just rag on Disney, right? But that's about what everyone's feeling, like just in general, whether it's Marvel, whether it's just generic Disney. Like, did any first question? Hold on, I'm pouring myself a cola. First question: do either of y'all have Disney Plus?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Have you watched the I bring this up because if I'm not mistaken, there was a big uproar from the actual writers and creators. There was a movie that came out called Strange World. Have you seen it? Heard about it? Seen it on the banners?
No.
It was supposed to be their next big release. Not big, like, oh, huge. No, it was just going to be the next, like, original movie, original IP, original story that they were going to release. Actually, genuinely, pretty good movie. I like it. It's pretty dope. It's very mid, but it's actually, like, it's not, like, incredibly, like, serious or anything like that. It's just, fun, not nonsensical fun. Like, just there's no reason to get too over it. It's cool. I like it. It's alright. It's something good to watch with the kids. If I was to sit here and it's kind of a feel-good movie. It's more like if you like the kind of movies where it's like, oh, we're exploring an alien world where we don't know what this does or what that is. Whoa, it's like that. It's very generic. Like, oh, I want to earn the respect of my daddy, but I don't want to do what my daddy do. It's like that kind of generic stuff. So genuinely, like, it's alright. It's alright. It's cool. It's alright. Nothing too special. Poor doggo. There's a poor doggo in there that honestly they should not be allowed to own a doggo. They were very, very irresponsible with their doggo. Doggo got almost ate by a bunch of random creatures many, many times. Doggo was not being supervised. I feel like that's just a failure on the character's part. But so yeah. But the reason I bring it up is because there was a big uproar because instead of getting a cinematic release, they just sort of shoved it onto Disney Plus, and didn't even make like a big advertising push or anything like that. So that's a bit sad. But at the same time, it's like where like that was an IP, that was something new, that was something fresh, something that you could have put on the theaters. But no, we're not doing that, I guess. And right now, Disney, and I will have to double check and confirm this, but apparently, according to reports, Disney was losing like $4 million a day at a certain point. $4 million a day.
Wait, how do you lose $4 million a day? Just making it?
Just all the budgets that were sent out, all the movies that were sent out. They have to pay commissions, not commissions. What's the term? Is it commissions? So, like, a good example is like royalties, things like that. But it's specifically for things like Willow, the show Willow, and a couple of other shows that they had, including one about the what is it, Herbert, one of the creators or founders. It basically really important dude in the animation industry. I'm so sorry for everyone. I'm blanking on what the actual documentary is about. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I actually watched it or know much about Disney. But it was a biography about a pretty important show, which people were mad about. People threw an uproar. Willow was a very, I wouldn't even call it mid, dude. It was a very, very bad show. I watched the entire thing because it was one of those, like, right now I'm on this huge franchise binge. Like, for example, I wanted to get into The Witcher because I've heard so much good things about The Witcher. Henry Cavill's in it. I decided to start with Witcher Blood Origin because that's the prequel. That's what happened before The Witcher 1. The Witcher Season 1. And I thought, what a great way to get into The Witcher. Big mistake. Big mistake. It was so incredibly boring. Ridiculous. I mean, makes no sense in any kind of universe. Just dumb. Just dumb. Like, it was, like, my 5-year-old could come up with a better story, bro. It was so unoriginal, so boring, so textbooks, just, like... one of my biggest grievances was, so look, let me explain to y'all something, okay? Tell me when y'all get lost on whether this makes sense, and I will try to explain it in the simplest way possible, okay? There are 3 kingdoms and a bunch of clans. Mainly like 3 or 4 clans, right?
Like Clash of Clans?
Yeah, like Clash of Clans, there you go, exactly. So 3 kingdoms and a few clans. Well, 2 people from 2 different clans get banished for whatever crimes. One of them sleeps with the princess of one of the kingdoms, and that's a big bad. You know, you're not allowed to sleep with the princess. That's you're supposed to be her bodyguard for life. You're supposed to never have a wife and stuff. But whatever, he bangs her and then gets banished from the clan and from the kingdom. Okay, that same princess decides, you know, there's about to be a peace treaty that the king is about to sign with the other three kingdoms. The peace treaty will bring, of course, peace. You know, no more war. There's been a 1,000-year war, and they're about to sign a peace treaty. So, she convinces all the generals, hey, do you guys want peace? And they're like, no, we don't want peace. We want war. We want to keep fighting. With this 1,000-year-long war has to continue, and we want war. We want blood, and we want to fight. So she says, yeah, of course. So she along with a wizard, convinces all the generals from all the three different kingdoms to murder all the four clans, or all the clans. Murder all of the clans. Because the clans are going to be effectively the neutral party bodyguards that will make sure the peace treaty goes through. So she murders all the clan dudes, and then combines all three kingdoms into one kingdom. So now there's not three kingdoms at war, there's just one kingdom. And this was done in order to stop the peace treaty. So let me ask you something right off the bat, in case you guys don't see the problem already. Who the heck are they at war with then? If all three kingdoms just became one kingdom.
Civil War.
So there is no civil war. They just stopped fighting. The 1,000-year war ended. Because all three kingdoms decided to kill their leaders and become one kingdom. Even though they were about to sign a peace treaty to stop the war. So, all those generals and all those, dudes who wanted the war, they agreed to kill their leaders and just team up. Do you understand, how just... I don't want peace. Therefore, we will form an alliance to stop the peace. But now we're in an alliance, so there is no war. It's like, wait, so you accomplished the same thing that the peace treaty was going to accomplish. You got peace. There's no, what? It makes no freaking sense, dude. And so
end result the same way regardless.
Yes, exactly. There was no reason to mutiny or to kill their leaders. And those two people that got banished, keep in mind, they got banished because he slept with the princess, and so
how is that a crime itself?
Well, if you're the royal bodyguard of the princess is meant to be married, as part of the deal, you get to live a life of luxury and privilege, and you never have to worry about anything. As part of that deal, it might be in your best interest to marry someone else from a different kingdom, a king, and form an alliance in that way. I'm not the judgmental type. I believe in freedom to love whoever you want to love and all that. I'm just saying, if you're about to marry a king, someone who has tons of money, employees, subjects, literally owns all the land, that's a pretty good catch. I'm just saying, what is it? 6 foot, 6 figures? Is that what we're looking for? I mean, that's not a bad catch. What I'm saying, but that's kind of isn't that the deal? Hey, you might not be able to choose the person you marry because you're a princess, which, in general, you should have been raised to be a princess. But yeah, you don't get to just marry or bang the first guy you want to bang. You kind of have to get married to a king or someone at a higher level. It doesn't mean you can't have consorts or hidden little, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of the deal. So when your personal bodyguard, let's say you're the king, Chaos, and you're like, hey, you're going to be the personal bodyguard for my daughter. And he's like, I got you, bro. I'll make sure no harm ever comes to her. And then you find out that he's banging her. Would you not be a little bit mad about that? You would be okay with that?
You sort of know that was going to happen regardless.
I mean...
That's just asking for it. Here's my daughter, man. Here, take care of her, man.
But again, this is a knight, someone who has, or a whatever. They have a contract, a deal that you will protect this person for their entire life. You are the personal bodyguard. Well, but you get what I'm saying. You wouldn't be mad You wouldn't banish him, like, you know what, bro? Like, I told you to protect her with your life, and you started stabbing her. Not like the deadly kind of stabbing, but you stabbed her, you know, a couple times.
Every now and then.
Every now and then, like, I told you to avoid her getting stabbed, and you started stabbing her yourself. And so, yeah, he gets banished, or whatever. Now, to the best of my knowledge, when someone gets banished for a serious crime, you know, the crime of treason, you would think that they would stay banned or banished or whatever. But no, because the peace treaty is happening, they just send someone to go collect them and tell them, come back, because we're about to sign a peace treaty and we need you there specifically. Why? Because you're the main character, and obviously you're going to be, you know, you need to be there because you're the main character. They never give a reason as to why they're not banished anymore. They just say, we need you to be at the peace treaty. We want you back. They never come back like, oh, we were wrong. No. None of that. They just say, hey, the leader's calling for you to come back to be at the peace treaty. And it's just...
If Grandpa can make it back from the shadow realm, so can he.
Okay. I'll give you that. Here's my question, okay? They sent people to go find them. Like, forget about the fact that, you know, they've been banished for a year or 2 years or however long. Somehow they find them easily. And they don't make it to the peace treaty in time. In fact, it takes the entire season for them to get back to the kingdom.
Wait, so they just randomly find him?
They just randomly find them. Takes the whole season for them to get back to the kingdom. So if you're telling me these freaking messengers were sent out there to collect them before the peace treaty, how is it that the peace treaty betrayal happens on the first episode? So even if they did decide, let's go to the peace treaty, they wouldn't have made it there on time anyways. Like, cause it takes the entire season for them to get there. Like, no, like, the story itself ruins itself with every word that it speaks. This one warrior watches her own sister get murdered in front of her, shot with 2 arrows.
Murder.
And instead of, like, taking cover, she just picks up the dead body and is like, no! And then I guess the bad guys ran out of arrows after shooting 2 arrows because nobody decides to shoot her while she's not doing anything except for standing there.
Quite expensive.
They are very expensive, to be fair. They are very expensive. And so of course, these assassins, right? These assassins that, again, they've already killed other leaders. They've already killed the entirety of the rest of their clans. These assassins are like, now that we've killed your sister with 2 arrows, all 5 of us are going to step out of the shadows and fight you one by one in close combat. all five assassins decide to step out of the shadows from where they sniped the sister and just fight her one at a time. And just all get laid out.
Typical evil plot.
Yeah.
It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. My goodness. So I said, you know what? I think The Witcher's not for me. So I found The Witcher, the first Witcher and the second Witcher on sale on Steam. I had those a while back during a Steam summer sale. I'm probably going to play those in my free time. Anyone out there, let me know if you want to see gameplay on that, on the channel. Okay, so I then make the most idiotic next step of watching Willow on Disney+. So I went from Netflix, I went to Disney+, and I watched Willow. Now, Willow is an old movie. Not that old, right? But it's an old movie. Not a lot of people know about that franchise. Never watched the actual movie, but I figured, you know what? Last time I watched the prequel before everything happened. This time I'm gonna watch the current, latest, up-to-date show, and then go watch the movie that it's based on. Big mistake. Big mistake. The main character freaking hates everyone. She hates the savior of the world. She's jealous of everyone. She's jealous of the fact that she is not the savior of the world. At one point, there's like she literally becomes best friends with a bunch of bandits and raiders that kill innocent people and boil their skulls to wear them as masks. Like, I'm not gonna go into the whole story because it's just so nonsensical. But basically, she becomes best friends with them, and like
So
even
you
starts to. because they want freedom. Yes, because they want freedom. They don't want to be ruled by a kingdom. They want freedom. Even though they also were the people that murdered her childhood father figure who trained and raised her alongside with the mother. Like this general that trained her in her combat skills. They just sort of forgive that. It's fine. They just sort of forgive that. Like, she's the main character is the most evil person in the story. Like, I'm not even going to go into all that because I didn't care about the franchise to begin with, and now I don't care about watching the original movie either. Which is so boring as well. Okay, so, okay. Now, here's the good part. Because I was just like, bro, I just need another franchise. Star Wars is in the drain. Marvel is marveling. You know, so I'm like, I need another franchise. And lo and behold, you know, and of course, I forgot to mention, DC is DCing, as always. I was debating watching the Flash TV show, but I've heard that the latest seasons are garbage. So again,
yeah, don't even bother with the latest season. The first maybe 3 or 4 are like
that's about what I heard. That's about what I heard. I heard that those were all good up until they started getting into the later. I think they're at season 9 now, right?
Yeah.
So that's I'm getting it from you firsthand. I will watch that, and I might watch Green Arrow. I don't know. I'll see.
Green Arrow was really good.
I heard that's good.
Green Arrow. Yeah, Green Arrow was really, really good. I would recommend it.
I've heard so many people talk about Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash, and I'm a huge fan of Flash and Reverse Flash. Huge fan. Love all those stories. But so I probably will watch that. However, I ran into two new franchises that I have slowly been getting sucked into the world. The first one was after I played Warhammer 40k Darktide. I have been nonstop just watching lore videos, and now I want to buy the books of the Warhammer 40k. There are so many books, dude. So many books.
That's a big lore in itself. Even
it
people
is.
Play the tabletop stuff.
Absolutely. And I am like, bro, I am in. If it's as large and as huge as it seems, like the lore is so deep and interesting, and it plays with the warp, and it's like, whoa, dude, it's nuts the amount of stuff that it gets into. Darktide on its own was amazing to begin with. So I am like, even though the game itself got really repetitive and boring at a certain point, but the lore is so cool that I'm really getting into it. And a new game just came out for it, Warhammer Bolt Gun. It's like a classic Wolfenstein style game that I really want to play so bad now. And it's not even that pricey, so I might play it on the channel. Take a sip of cola here. Mouth's getting dry. So on top of that, another series that I've also been really getting into is Dune. Did you guys ever see the Dune movie? Anyone here? Either one of you?
Yeah, first is pretty dope. Mostly cinematic stuff.
I really want to watch the movie. I found out that actually this one, I don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel, but there's another Dune movie that happened a while back, or a TV show or something. So it looks really awesome, dude.
Movie.
Like,
sure
dude,
the second one's coming.
Here's the thing. I did not understand the reference in South Park about the spice melange. I just now understand that after watching the lore videos on Dune. So not only do I want to buy the books now, I also want to watch the movie. And I already know I know so much of the lore now. The God Emperor Leto, it's like so freaking awesome. How like the Fremen Dune are these like badass warriors entirely centered around preserving and like not worshiping necessarily, but in a way worshiping water and liquid. Like so much because the desert planet of what is the name of the planet?
There's a whole bunch of lore in that.
There is
but
so
it's
much
kind of weird
lore.
because it revolves around like God and stuff and beliefs, while other people just want to profit off the spice. It's crazy.
Exactly. Yes. 100%. But like, you have to understand how deep that stuff goes, dude. I almost cursed. Dude, it like the spice melange is such an insane. Like, there's this guild called the Space Guild, the Spacer Guild, or the Spacing Guild, something like that. And basically, they're a bunch of dudes who figured out, like, look, we realized that if you actually inhale the spice melange in its pure gas form, like, you will heavily mutate, but you will have the cognitive ability to almost perfectly predict space travel at faster than light speed. Not light speed, faster than light speed. And they basically ran a monopoly on faster than light speed travel until way later on they invent a machine that can perform the same task without using artificial intelligence. Because there was an artificial intelligence war, which pretty much made it so that they all refused to ever get involved with artificial intelligence. They were almost wiped out. So was it Baracus? Is that the name of the planet? Point is, that planet is the sole source of spice melange, which is basically just worm poop. It's alien worm poop, and like the Spacers Guild has like these monstrous beings that can literally just inhale pure spice melange, and that's like the one way that the Fremen go into power, is by basically telling them, like, hey, we own the spice melange. So if you want to continue to be the source of faster than light travel, you need to take this. So knowing all this lore, even not watching the movie yet, I already understand, like there's so much political, like the Harkin, like the dude, the giant fat dude in the movie. Like, I now understand how, like, why it's so important for him to destroy everyone and, like, take over that planet. Because if you own that planet, you own the entire galaxy. You literally own the entire galaxy. No one can do anything without the spice melange. Because people are either addicted to it, they need it in order to actually be living human computers, or they need it for faster than light travel, which will stop all trade, all shipping, all anything you want. Like, it's nuts. And the Fremen Dune are so hardcore about, like, preserving water, because the entire planet is just desert, that literally, when someone challenges another person, if you ever draw your blade, it is literally against the law for the Fremen to sheathe the blade again until it draws blood. So if you ever take your knife out, you better kill someone. It is against the law to not kill someone after you've drawn your blade. Like, they are so strict about everything. Spitting, like you see someone, you're like, hey, what's up, Chaos? Hey, what's up, Burrito? You spit, that is a sign of respect to them. That is a sign of respect, because they are willing to sacrifice moisture for you. It is a sign of deep, deep respect. And it's so insane to me. I'm like, what the frick? And of course, if you challenge someone and you defeat them in death, you have to now take his position. You are in charge of his children and his wife. And you have to drink all of his blood, because that is moisture that is being wasted. And you do not waste moisture in the desert. Like, they are hardcore, dude. If you ever go blind, it is law that you must go into the desert and die.
That's some extreme.
Because you will
beliefs.
not hold back the tribe, the Fremen. Like, it is hardcore, dude. I'm like, what? I haven't even watched the movie yet. Like, I can't. You have no, like, it is so, dude, you can watch. There are literally people making 4-hour lore videos on this. And I'm like, you know what, Disney? Get out of here, man. There is so many other franchises with so much lore that I'm like, I don't know why I am stuck on you. And I understand now why people are getting into all this stuff. Suddenly, Warhammer started to become a big thing all over the internet. Dune has not become as big a thing after the movies came out. A lot of people got into it. Let me tell you something right now. I'm buying the Dune books. Oh, I am buying the Dune books. Oh, you have no idea. And more than that, I think I'm getting really into Warhammer 40k, dude. Warhammer 40k, dude. Oh my goodness. Chaos.
Start 3D printing.
Let me explain.
Here's
the thing, because we're about to get started on Dungeons and Dragons. Us three here. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. We're gonna do it.
Watch you guys.
I have a character somewhere. I don't know where I lost it. I lost the paper, but it's somewhere.
You know.
But
Like, nope.
But I am absolutely going to do like. Can I just guess, Chaos? Can I just guess? You're a wizard.
What?
You're a mage.
Who told you that?
I'm guessing based on what I know about you. Answer the question.
That
Are
sounds
you?
like some leaked information?
Oh, so okay. All right, okay. How did Flamethrower Monkey know that Chaos Zero would be a freaking mage or a wizard? All right. It should be obvious. I'm gonna be a freaking barbarian. I'm gonna be a barbarian. I'm gonna be. Ooh.
I thought you were gonna go berserker.
Wasn't that the same thing? What am I doing? Isn't that the thing? What did I pick? What did I do?
I don't know.
Freaking A.
What did you pick?
Shut up, Chaos. Now you're making me look like a poser in front of everyone on the podcast. Now they know what I'm talking about. I want either a ginormous freaking like battle axe, or I want a giant mace, like a hammer, mace, or battle axe, something like along those lines. Yeah, it's either that or I'm gonna go full ranger. I want to be a ranger, maybe. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna do that. I've also been super interested in being a paladin. I think that's freaking dope. But that whatever. Well, like point is, we're gonna be getting into Dungeons and Dragons soon. I have the starter pack. But back to the Warhammer stuff. I am absolutely in love with the lore for Warhammer 40K. It is so incredibly like nuts to me. Just how hardcore that stuff is. Like literally there was one I literally just finished watching a video about this dude who is part of like this his entire like company, his entire war band basically like fought their way up to this demon like possessed demon king or something. And like he literally lost every single one of his soldiers up until he got to like the final dude who was like the demon king. He slaughters him, murders him, and like right as he's about to like, he's like, I'm done. Finally, he's dead. It's over. This like sexy she demon shows up, and it's like the most gorgeous woman he's ever seen in his whole life. The dude's like an old man, and she's like telling him like, come on, sit on the throne and become my next disciple or whatever, my next king, my next ruler. And this dude literally had to like, he had to physically and mentally resist it to the point where he literally had to think about every single soldier that died along the way in order to just barely resist the temptation of this demon, because it is a demon from the warp. And like the mental and physical, like this dude had to be mutated, trained from birth, and like had to have psychic powers in order to just barely resist the temptation of this demon. And it's like stuff like that is all over the place, everywhere. There was this war band that went into the warp and got stuck inside of a realm of disease. And little by little, they stayed in there for thousands of years. Because in the warp, time is different. They stayed there for thousands of years. Every single one of his soldiers was infected with a virus that, although it didn't kill them because of their genetic modifications, their mutations, it didn't allow them to die from this plague. However, that didn't mean they didn't suffer. So after suffering for 1,000 years, it took 1,000 years to break them. Finally, the leader of the warband basically said, you know what? The God Emperor is not saving me. He's not coming for me. So whatever entity is out there, I don't care which one it is, whatever entity is out there, I will gladly fight for you and become your champion, and I will give the lives of all of my men and their servitude to just get us out of the situation. And of course, which entity shows up? Nurgle, the grandfather Nurgle, the god of plagues. And he shows up and he basically says, I'll relieve the pain from them. And he basically like transforms them so that instead of suffering from disease and plague, it releases dopamine. So to them, being sick and being part of a plague and decomposing, yeah, it feels amazing instead of being tortured. So instead of being tortured by the disease that they have, they actually feel ecstasy from it. And they became this destructive
syndrome.
It is, you know, it 100% is. But Father Nurgle basically just patiently waited until they broke, and when he gave up on it, He just turned them into his minions. It is one of the most powerful, like, plague, whatever they call plague knights, plague death troopers, whatever, plague troopers, and they pretty much just show up wherever, infecting everyone and destroying everyone. Like, dude, like, and this is just a tiny little tidbit. It's not even a main story. It's just a little bit of lore on the side. It's like not even a major book all about it. No, it's just something that happened out there. Like, it's like, bro, and Nurgle, the plague demon, takes over this entire planet that's held together by, like, a Valkyrie, like, platoon. And, like, those freaking Death Knights basically, like, infected a bunch of orcs and sent the orcs to fight them. And after they were done destroying the orcs, that's when he sent his plague, like, armies to wreck the entire planet and finish wiping them out. Dude wiped out an entire freaking planet. Fully. And it's like, the lore is so freaking deep and heavy, bro. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, you could literally make an entire, like, there was like a 4-hour lore video just on how many different orc bands there are, how many orc clans there are. Like, are you kidding me, bro? It's insane. It's wild, and I'm like so invested in it now. And now I'm hearing that Mark Hamill, ex-Superman, ex-The Witcher, is about to make a TV show, like, where he just makes Warhammer 4K figures and talks about all that lore with his friends. That's gonna be a whole show. Just that, just talking about it and making figures. It freaking sounds amazing, and I'm probably gonna tune in to watch it. I'll be honest with you. I'm so what is it? I'm so starved for good lore and content. And I'm so glad that there's these ginormous freaking, like, Star Wars level lore videos and content out there that I'm just excited. I'm excited for the future of those projects. And, you know, right now is the time to get in on it before, you know, Disney ends up buying it. Sorry, taking a sip of Coke. But yeah, my dude, that's what I've been into lately. This all started with me asking Burrito what games and movies he's been into. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If that is from someone who hasn't even read a single Dune book or a Warhammer 40k book. That is from someone who is excited to just start doing that. So I'm gonna do that. I think I still have a free audio book from Amazon or something. I'll probably get the Dune book. I don't know. Or maybe I might get a Warhammer 40k book, because I know there's a bunch of those. It reminds me of when I really started getting into World of Warcraft lore. They used to have, like, mangas or comic book, whatever it is. And I remember reading one about the Lich King and, like, this Minotaur dude who was freaking sick. Loved it. If anybody knows, please leave it in the chat who that Minotaur is. He was a zombie, but he was able to resist the Lich King. It's freaking dope. But yeah, my dudes, I'm genuinely excited to see where things are going.
You're gonna go all out then on Warhammer?
Most definitely. And I know
Did
go
you play
ahead.
it on stream? I'm pretty sure you played it, right?
No, not Darktide.
No?
I did not play Darktide on stream. If I do play any game, any Warhammer related game, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm willing to play Warhammer Darktide again. I uninstalled it though. I'll be honest with you, it got really repetitive and kind of boring.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's a bit too repetitive for what you get, and it's kind of hard to.
The progression is incredibly slow, incredibly slow. But if there is going to be
The
a
map
4,
design is awesome though.
yes, it is. Oh, absolutely. Love the map design. Love the map design. But they wall off way too much stuff. Like, getting armor is such a chore. To even get armor. And I understand there's probably someone out there like, what are you talking about, bro? I got full max armor. I got this. I got that. It's like, okay, whatever you did to get all that, that is beyond my limits of giving a shit. Just because I don't care. All right, look,
Yeah,
that is. I'm
as
not
far as
patient.
playing it linearly like we did. It's pain in the ass.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. That's really what it comes down to. The map designs were amazing, but there were just too few maps, too little things to do, and I don't know. What else can I say about that? Like, it was just too repetitive. That is the major flaw I found, and I wish the progression was a little bit faster. I did play as the Oh goodness, what was it? What was I? I was the dude who has like the scripture and stuff. Like he was basically the berserker guy, the melee
Zealot?
fighter, the zealot. I was the zealot. I played as the zealot, which was so much fun. So much fun. By far, my favorite weapon is the
Your
freaking
character just
chainsaw
wouldn't
sword.
Shut up. That's,
He
that's
he
the
would
only thing.
not shut up. He would. But I'll be honest with you. Like I loved it. All right, I'll be honest. Okay, let me say something, and y'all can be honest with me. I was annoying with that shit. I was constantly shouting, "For the God Emperor, kneel before me, you demons, heretics, and abomination!" I was like, dude, I was going ham. Like that wasn't even the character saying that stuff. That was me. That was me shouting that at the top of my lungs into the microphone at Chaos and Burrito, and whatever random stranger joined in the game in the match. I was all in. I was like, if I'm gonna be a zealot, I'm gonna be a zealot, bro. How dare
you didn't
how
go on
dare
that.
you? How dare you badmouth the Golden Throne? You don't even deserve to spit in the same room as the Golden Throne. Do you understand me, you worthless worm? Like I was all in. I was I was all into the zealot, bro. No, but I loved it. I loved it. It was great. That's why honestly, the one thing that Dark Tide did do, it got me into the lore. If it wasn't for Dark Tide, I would not have gotten into any of the lore of Warhammer 40k. So that's why I'm so incredibly happy to play it. I believe there is like a civilization. Is it Chaos? Confirm this for me. Is there like a Civilization 5 style like Warhammer 40k where it's like
top
battle?
down.
Yeah. Is it that kind of style, right?
Uh huh.
I'll be honest with you. If depending on the price of it on Steam or wherever I can find it. Oh, you have no idea, bro. Oh, you have no idea. I have played so many. I have over 500 hours in Civilization 5. Oh, I'm addicted to that. Like, I don't know if anybody here believes in gosh or anything like that, whether you do or you don't. If there is a gosh, when I get there, I guarantee the first thing he's going to say is like, bro, really? With the Civilization? Really? I gave you life? And that's what you spent that many hours on? Like,
I just spent it all on Warhammer.
admittedly, I spent so much of that on Fallout. I have like Fallout New Vegas. I have at least 700 hours.
Right,
Fallout 4. I have at
most
least.
hours you spend on the game.
No. Let me pull up my Steam right now. You kidding me? Oh, this is
How about you,
embarrassing.
Burrito?
Don't
What
look,
would you say
everyone.
is
Don't
the
look. I don't want to
most
embarrass
spent
myself.
hours on?
You guys keep
What was
talking.
that?
Let me look.
What game have you spent the most hours on?
Oh, shit. Let me double check. If anything, it'll probably be Ark.
Just Ark in general?
I think Ark in general probably is the only game I've spent the most time on.
To be fair, Ark is an amazing game to spend a lot of time on. Okay, look, this is just on Steam, but you have to understand that when the games first came out, I got them all on Xbox 360. Okay, look, Elden Ring, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim.